I'll speak to it a little bit. And it's important to have the right people in your life to kind of help you go through these seasons of grief. Everybody has 2019, everybody has those stories and of what they lost and the seasons that they went through. I felt like I had a really long season of loss, and it was during a time when you couldn't be around people.
Yeah.
And it was really hard to navigate. And all I had was my family and my closest friends who wanted to break the rules just to be with me. And it was tough to get through that season. And
It was a hard year.
it was a really hard year. And it started for me, like, I'll never forget it. I was fishing. We were steelhead fishing. It was in the fall. And it was just me and you. Me and David were out fishing. It was before I knew Sean or like before we really got fishing with him. And I was fishing. Well, I knew Sean, but it was different. I was just out with David, and we were fishing at the Grand. I think it might have been Conneaut. It was Conneaut, and we didn't have any luck. We really didn't know what we were doing back then as much as we know now. And I got the phone call that Nan was on the ventilator, and they were going to take her off the ventilator, and they told me, be prepared to say goodbye because she's gonna die.
Well, that wasn't even the start of it either.
And no, because I knew
earlier in 2020 is when we lost my dad.
Yeah. So it was before COVID. We lost my father-in-law, and we had just
beginning of it when things started shutting down.
And we just had Kendall, our youngest, and we had her right before the outbreak,
like days
before.
Yes.
And we went home, and then the whole world shut down.
Newborn photos.
No, I got to see you in the hospital, and we did a couple.
Yep.
But then,
and then
I was
a week
scared
later, the world shut down.
And I was scared to come over because
Travel
I was not going to,
right,
break the rules with a newborn.
Right.
I loved her too much.
Yeah.
It was tough, and so we lost our father-in-law, which was horrible, and really difficult. That was the first big loss.
And all of your family had gone down to Texas.
My family had moved away.
Yeah.
Right when we had Kendall, they all moved to Texas.
So when all of this was happening, we hadn't even gotten to see Nan in months.
And it was tough. So that was tough. And then, we're just trying to figure out our new normal in a time that was not normal. And it was really hard. But I remember when Mike passed, I wrote this down like in my computer, some old computer is probably sitting there. I remember when the phone rang, Mom was telling me, and I had to tell you.
Yeah.
And it felt like the whole room kind of got small.
Yeah.
And the
time
weight
just stopped.
The weight that I felt in the phone, it felt like I was lifting up a 15-pound kettlebell just to my ear. And I told Hillary, and we just sat and cried, and we called Heather McCartney, and she dropped everything and drove to our house on Bowmanville and picked up our kids. And we drove
and then
to.
We called you guys.
And you dropped everything.
You dropped everything to drive me out to my mom's house.
Yeah. And that was a hard start.
It was tough.
And we ended up moving in with Mom.
All with a 2-month-old.
And then Sadie just lost her grandpee. We had to explain that. It was tough. And then it didn't stop. It was just like a whole season of just more and more. And then we finally get to like we're laughing again. We're watching some of these dumb movies, trying to like figure out the holidays and stuff like that. And it started to feel like not normal at all. Just it was okay to laugh again.
Yeah.
And then booked this trip with you to go fishing. And we go and we don't catch anything. And then I get the call. Like I had known she had COVID and that it wasn't going well, and that she was going on the ventilator, and they made that call. And I remember sitting in your car, that old Dodge. And
with the green racing.
I remember you looked at me and you was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I don't think there's anything I could say. And in that moment I was like, I don't need you to say anything. You're just here. I'm glad you're just here.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to say anything, but I wasn't, it's weird to say, but I wasn't shocked and I wasn't sad. I was kind of preparing myself for this, but to have somebody to just be in the car with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was crying. I probably cried a little, but like just to have my best friend there sitting with me, not saying the pleasantries and the things that everybody says, and
Yeah, because you really don't.
just saying like, hey man, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
when
And
it
that's all I
comes-
wanted was somebody to be there.
Yeah, when it all comes down to it, you don't even really remember the words that people say to you either.
Right. No,
You
I remember
You
like
just remember them being there.
my pillar friends dropped everything and drove to my house, or, pastor drove all the way to New Franklin in the middle of a pandemic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
To bring us dinner.
to bring
and-
us
yeah.
whatever. And just, I remember like, when it kept going, like there's this weird stretch of everyone was passing.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, what is going on? Like, well, how much more can we deal with? But I had like, I remember another time we were not having services, and I was coming to get my check from the school because I still worked. Pastor was at the end of the hallway, and we locked eyes, and he goes, I wish I could hug you right now.
Mm.
And I'm like, please hug me right now. And it was such a hard season, but I had people that were pillars that just showed up.
Yeah.
And we talked about this the last time you guys were on. Like, yeah, it looks different all the time, but
Yes.
you know who's going to show up.
Yeah.
And man, I'm grateful. We didn't catch it. I'm sad we didn't catch any steelhead that day.
I knew you were gonna do all this sweet, and then but we didn't catch any fish.
But what we did catch what I did
Feels.
catch, I caught what I needed
We got the feels.
in that moment. And this may be the first time I've cried on the podcast.
Watch full episode now